Filming your own life is one of the easiest ways to practice your filmmaking skills, but it can be hard doing it all on your own. I've been documenting my life cinematically for years, and today I want to share with you some of my tips on how to film your life like a movie alone. Hi, my name's Celina. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about how to film your life like a movie, and I use YouTube as a way to practice my filmmaking. Documenting your life is really the easiest way to improve your filmmaking skills. Today I want to give you some of my tips. First of all, when really thinking about what I want to make, I think about what's really going on in my life, and that always starts with writing and journaling. I love to journal daily just to get all my thoughts out there. If there's a certain story or lesson that I've learned recently, I like to put that into a little script to make into a video. I think a couple videos ago, I wrote about how I have no AC this summer and I'm still dying, no AC for my last week. But I ended up writing like a mini script about it of how much I love New York, and it was honestly just a little writing that I had in my journal, and I was like, let's actually just film this. And I find that filming with purpose and having genuine progression in your videos are actually the most fun ways to create expressing yourself. I think that's what filmmaking is about. Tap into what's going on with your life and figure out what kind of story you can tell. To make your videos feel like a movie, you actually have to do proper planning. So once I figure out the main story and idea for the video, I like to plan out a shot list and storyboard for what I'm going to capture. Okay, now my storyboards are honestly not pretty at all. They really are meant for just me, and that is kind of amazing thing about solo filmmaking is you're the only one seeing what you're planning out. So really you can make a storyboard that only you understand. So mine is just like stick figures. I know exactly what it's supposed to look like, and that's all that matters to me. When you're planning your storyboards, always make sure you have your establishing shots and then your wide, medium, and close-up shots, and have that variety to keep it interesting. In addition, always apply the rule of thirds, understand basic composition, and I think watching movies can help a lot with this. In pre-production, I'm always looking for inspiration, whether it is through movies or with FrameSet. FrameSet has become one of my new favorite tools because it is a site full of inspiration. There are video clips and shots from commercials, music videos, and other short films. It is a great way to come up with what kind of shots you want in your video. You can search up a specific shot you're looking for and apply filters like the media category, the composition, shot type, the aspect ratio to help narrow down your search. If you find a specific shot you like, you can even use the similar search feature to find frames in the same style. And once you download your different shots, you can use them in a mood board and create a storyboard based on these examples. For me, in pre-production, this is truly where the magic happens, because this is where I genuinely know how my video is going to feel and look, and it is very exciting. You want to feel confident before going into a shoot, and this is exactly the way to do it. There's a free version and a pro version with even more features, so I highly recommend checking out FrameSet. I'll leave them in the link below, and definitely use them in your next project. Something very minimal and not as important, but something I've actually been thinking about a lot recently is just investing in your clothing and your home. In movies, they actually invest money in wardrobe and set design, and I've been thinking about investing in my home so much more. I'm actually moving in a month, so I'm excited to make my place cozy and what I want in the background of my videos so that I can film at home more often. I'm filming at a park right now just because I can't really film in my own home that much. It's not really that important, but I've just been thinking a lot about production design and wardrobe. You're wearing clothes that make you feel confident, and yeah, they can enhance your videos and your scenes a lot just by having good wardrobe and a good background. Something you do have control over is the transition sequences and all the B-roll footage, so really take time into getting those shots, and I feel like using beautiful like aesthetics and scenery can help set the scene and also help transition between different locations. So like now I'm by the Manhattan Bridge now, and I was just in East Village, just transitioning between places. I've used some B-roll. Now I'm kind of surprised because there's actually nobody here, but something I like to do, especially in New York and for confidence and everything, is to know what times to shoot and know when to go out. You know, it is direct sunlight right now, really not the best time to shoot, but I know this is just like a talking YouTube video, but usually I'll try to shoot in golden hour if I want very cinematic movie scenes. But I shoot in the mornings because there's so much less people around, and so it's way easier for me to talk to a camera, but also just filming in empty locations helps a lot with practicing and being in front of a camera. This is literally the brightest day. It is so much more preferred to be filming at home. Like I said, I don't really have a good at-home setup, but to make your shots at home very cinematic and movie-like, you should be investing in at least one light. Invest in a light or two, and also get practical lights to just enhance your scene in your footage. People have asked me how I get like walking away camera shots, and honestly, just choose locations that you feel comfortable in, feel safe in. I don't know, a majority of New York, I feel pretty chill with leaving my camera just because there's so many other people around watching. Definitely just don't go too far, be careful with it. Yeah, use your best judgment, I would say. Usually there's no one around, or there is a lot of people around that will make sure my camera doesn't get stolen. So this is what it looks like when I leave my camera alone. And it's completely fine. I want to do a quick segment on gear. I've done a video like this before about travel vlogging, but for filming your life like a movie, I guess I have a different take for it. First off, I think one of the most important things is to have a flip out camera and good autofocus when filming alone. So my prior camera was actually this Sony a7 III, but see how it doesn't have a flip out screen. So then when I got Panasonic Lumix, it had a flip out screen, and I found myself being able to really work on my composition once I got a flip out camera. The problem with the Lumix though was I actually didn't have that really great autofocus, so I found myself always having to go back and forth to like fix my focus on my camera, and honestly do a lot of it manually a lot. So I switched back to Sony, the ZV-E1, which is my current camera setup. Honestly, if you can't afford a camera like this or something with like flip out and autofocus, sometimes it could just be easy to just practice your filmmaking with an iPhone. Your iPhone has great focus. It has a flip out screen just to start off with like composition and telling a story through your shots. I think an iPhone can actually be a really great tool. Another thing is audio. I think audio is super important, and I've been using these like Rode mini mics for my videos, and I also have a little lav. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but it like connects here. Yeah. Cute. Usually think a good focal length for like cinematic scenes is like 28 millimeters or 24 millimeters. Not too close, not too wide. Now to film cinematically, they always say to shoot in 24 frames per second, and then you want to do double the shutter, so 1/50th. Usually you'll have to use ND filters in order to make sure you can keep, like, if you're shooting out in like bright sunlight like this, it helps a lot to have an ND filter on. The Pros filter honestly helps a lot with creating more like cinematic scenes. I've heard that 1.4 is a little bit too much, so I got 1.8, and I've honestly loved it a lot. It's really helped with making my scenes soft and pretty, kind of like the movies. It's definitely worth investing in for sure. They could be kind of costly, but yeah, I highly recommend. Y'all, filming out here is not easy. It's actually 94 degrees today. Started earlier in the morning, but it's picking up. It's almost noon now, so I definitely feel super dedicated to videos, trying to stay consistent. So subscribe, comment, please engage. Would mean a lot. Appreciate it. Let's go get a matcha. such a hot day, I had to spend the majority of the day in between the last scene editing. Come to the West Side Highway, the rooftop park, and this is honestly one of my favorite spots because it just feels so much slower out here, and the water's right in front and the greenery is pretty. But in general, just trying to slow down a little bit more in New York, I feel like, because it's so fast-paced. And even when editing, I feel like when shooting your life and making videos like a movie, it's kind of important to slow down, you know, the pacing aspect of it all. I feel like in this digital age, we're editing our shots very quickly, but, you know, hold on to your shots a little bit more when you're making your scenes. I feel like sometimes I end up cutting too early, but when editing like a movie, they are very slow, they take their time, and I guess that's something to remember as well. I hope this video kind of inspired you guys to go out, film alone, be confident with it. You're the main character. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And also, let me know what you want to see. Okay, peace.